Hi everybody, my name is Rich Lauzon. I'm the coordinator for pre-animation and illustration. I hope you are as excited as I am to get this thing started in a couple of weeks. So a couple of quick notes. We will have a thing called AC Day 1, which is on Tuesday, September 4th. Do show up for that because that's the day we are handing out your art supplies. Part of your tuition is to cover the art materials you're going to need for the program. We are handing those out on that day. I highly recommend you bring a couple of bags because there's a lot of stuff to lug home. Thing number two, um, we want in terms of like things you need to buy above and beyond, we recommend you get a scanner at least, possibly a printer. We do have that stuff at the college, but we don't have a lot of them, and therefore if there's 130 of you guys, give or take, if and there's other departments, we only have 2 or 3 scanners. So if you do the math and there's a tight deadline, you don't want to be in that position. The best bet is to have your own scanner and printer at home. In terms of laptops, you do need a laptop in the program. It has to be able to handle Photoshop and Microsoft Office. If you have those two things in terms of the system requirement, you're good. We are going to give you guys that software for the duration of the year. So you don't have to worry about purchasing the software, but you will need a laptop. Some people like to jump the gun and get a laptop that's needed for the animation program. I would hold back on that until you know, A, that you're accepted in the program, and B, that they haven't updated the requirements for that particular laptop. So sometimes they change it up and the laptop you would have bought this year won't be good for the following year. So I would hold off on that. A simple notebook usually will do the trick, and those are pretty cheap nowadays. Or a hand-me-down laptop, or like as long as it's relatively recent, it should work. Three, the other thing I want to bring up really quickly has to do with the groups. You guys should have received your schedules by now, which is fine. Some people might not be happy with their schedules. There is an opportunity to do some switches, but it's complicated. We are at full capacity, between 30 to 32 students per class, which means we don't have a whole lot of wiggle room to just plop you anywhere. And also, I believe all the groups that we do have late classes. So there's not a magical group that has all morning classes. So you'll have to make arrangements accordingly. But there is one option, and that is to switch one group with another fellow student. So what I recommend you do is you go to our Facebook group, which I'll send the link along with this link here, and join the group. I will put you in. I'm going by the list of names that I have, so your actual names. So if you have an alias on Facebook, please email me your alias so that I can approve, because sometimes some random robot or person who's trying to sell sunglasses or something tries to get into our group. I try to not approve anybody unless I know who they are. Anyways, once you're in the thing, you could say, hey, my name's John Doe and I'm in group 2. I would love to be in group 7. If anybody's interested in switching, contact me. And if you find someone, both of you email me your name, student number, who you're switching with, so that I have confirmation of both, or one person can email on the other's behalf, but do CC the other person, because I'll get confirmation from that other person, and then I can put in the request to have you two switched over. And that's pretty much it. We have a lot of overlapping classes, so it's very, very difficult, near impossible to switch individual classes. There are a couple of exceptions, but not a lot. One is, for example, maybe English we could switch around, maybe your computer applications program if there's space, and I think that's basically it. The other classes are pretty much locked in within the groups. So I hopefully that answers most of the stuff. Oh, one more thing. A lot of people are confused about field sketching. Field sketching is a 100% online course. You are going to pick a time for you to view the movies online and do the homework. So that means that you have to pick a time where you're not in class to actually view those things on a weekly basis. So that is important that you put in that time. We'll explain more about that on AC Day 1 and that particular week as well. So that is also why some groups are identical, like for example group 2 and 3, 4 and 5, I think, no sorry, 5 and 6, and 8 and 9 are identical. The only thing that's different is the online group 1 or group 2 of field sketching. They're split up into 2 groups. So even though they look identical, so I grouped them in a document, so you guys can actually look at this and go, I'm hoping to get into this group. You'll advertise on the Facebook group. You find someone who's willing to switch, and then you contact me, and you're good to go. Hopefully this all makes sense. So I'm going to send you this, the link to the Facebook group, and probably I'll attach the file to the Facebook group itself so that you guys can peruse it once you make it in there. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. It's lozonr@algonquincollege.com, the email that I'm sending you this through. And I'll be more than happy to help you out as best as I can. And hope to see you soon in a couple weeks to get going. And hope you like to draw, because we're going to do a whole bunch of that. All right, have a good one, guys.